Jayson Tatum's playoff nightmare. Celtics star undergoes Achilles surgery, out indefinitely. In a devastating turn of events that sent shockwaves through the NBA, Boston Celtics All-Star Jayson Tatum has undergone surgery to repair a ruptured right Achilles tendon, a catastrophic injury that not only ends his 2025 playoff campaign, but casts a long shadow over the Celtics' hopes of defending their title, and even over Tatum's 2025-26 season. The Celtics confirmed the injury and surgery in a statement released Tuesday, just one day after Tatum collapsed to the floor late in Game 4 of the Eastern Conference semifinals against the New York Knicks. It was a grim, non-contact injury that instantly silenced Madison Square Garden and potentially altered the course of the entire NBA postseason. The timing couldn't be worse. Boston, down 3-1 in the series after falling 121-113 in Game 4, now faces the nearly impossible task of staging a comeback without their franchise cornerstone. With Tatum sidelined indefinitely, the defending champs are suddenly teetering on the edge of elimination, the injury that stopped Celtics Nation. Cold, with just under 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter, Boston was desperately chasing momentum, trailing the Knicks in a game they couldn't afford to lose. Tatum, who had been nothing short of sensational all night, dropping a playoff-high 42 points, was moving toward a loose ball when his right leg suddenly gave out. No contact, no warning, just a sharp collapse, followed by visible anguish. He clutched his leg just above the ankle, his face buried in a towel, the pain unmistakable and the silence in the arena deafening. Trainers rushed to his side. Teammates stood frozen. And just like that, one of the brightest stars in basketball was being helped off the court, unable to walk on his own. A championship hopes collapse. Along with him. Let's not sugarcoat this. This is a nightmare scenario for Boston. Tatum wasn't just leading the Celtics, he was the Celtics. In this postseason alone, the 27-year-old had been averaging 28.1 points, 11.5 rebounds, and 5.4 assists, leading the team in all three categories. He was the engine, the soul, and the spine of a Boston team, hungry to repeat as NBA champions. The Celtics entered this postseason with one of the deepest, most versatile rosters in the league, but without Tatum, the dynamic changes entirely. Jaylen Brown, Derek White, and Drew Holiday will now be asked to shoulder a burden few teams have managed to carry in playoff history. The margin for error, already razor thin, has vanished. Boston hasn't officially announced a timetable for Tatum's return, but history offers a grim perspective. When Kevin Durant ruptured his Achilles in the 2019 NBA Finals, he missed the entire following season. That's the kind of uphill battle Tatum now faces. Not just recovering physically, but regaining his elite form in time to remain one of the league's most dominant two-way forces. The final blow in a brutal postseason. It wasn't the first injury scare of Tatum's 2025 postseason. He already missed Game 2 of Boston's first-round matchup against the Orlando Magic due to a bone bruise in his right wrist. It was the first playoff game he'd ever missed in his career, and it seemed like a minor hiccup at the time. But this is a full-on derailment. The Celtics cruised past Orlando 4-1 in that series, looking like a team peaking at the perfect time. Then came New York, and then came disaster. A cold reality. History is not on Boston's side. Let's talk odds. Teams down 3-1 in a best-of-7 NBA playoff series have come back to win just 13 times out of 293. That's a 4.4% success rate, and that's when the team has all its stars healthy and ready to go. For Boston to now overcome those odds without Tatum, it would be one of the greatest postseason miracles in NBA history. And yet, in sports, we've learned never to say never. Game 5 tips off in Boston on Wednesday night, 7 p.m. ET TNT, and you can bet TD Garden will be rocking, not just with hope, but with a mix of defiance and desperation. The Celtics are a proud franchise with banners and legacy dripping from the rafters. They won't go quietly. But even the most passionate home crowd can't replace what Tatum brings to the floor. The weight on the shoulders of Jaylen Brown. If there was ever a moment for Jaylen Brown to step into the full spotlight, it's now. The veteran co-star has long operated in Tatum's massive shadow, often delivering all-star performances that somehow felt underappreciated. That ends now. Brown will have to be extraordinary if Boston is going to have any chance. So too will Al Horford, whose leadership and experience are invaluable. So too will Derek White, whose growth as a two-way guard this season has been one of the most under-the-radar stories in the league. But even if all of them bring their best, it might still not be enough, because when you lose a player like Jayson,